guys and gals, and welcome to another episode of Unique Items. Today we're going to be going over a very amazing pair of boots called the Beastfall boots. The Beastfall boots were introduced, I think, last patch in Season 4, and honestly, they're absolutely amazing. They got a little bit of a touch-up in Season 5 with patch 1.5.0, and they're even better than that now, to be honest. The Beastfall boots have a special ability. We're going to talk about that, but let's talk about the other stuff first. So first off, they do have a maximum evade charges of +3, which is very nice, of course, for boots. It's usually what people are looking for when it comes to the boots. We also have a maximum resource increase of 12 to 20, which is very important for the way that these boots work, because you're going to be multiplying your damage based on your maximum resource, right? On top of that, we also have a cooldown reduction of 8.8% to 12.5% for your ultimate, which is going to come in handy with the way that this particular boots work, because you want your ultimate skill to recover faster. I also have a movement speed bonus of 10.5 to 17.5%. And then finally, we also have the increase to the Agile passive. And the Agile passive is actually really nice. It's one that gives you an increase in your dodge chance basically every single time you use a cooldown. So the more cooldowns you have, the higher your dodge chance, and it's actually really freaking nice, to be perfectly honest. And if you throw 3 points in it yourself as well, like for instance, let's go ahead and take 3 points out here, you're looking at a pretty nice 20% increase to your dodge chance for 3 seconds just for using a cooldown. And honestly, with the way that this works, the dodge chance is basically permanently active all the time. On top of that, we also have the special effect. So the special effect is when you cast an ultimate skill, your next core skill consumes all of your energy and deals a multiplier of 0.25 to 0.75 increased damage per point of energy consumed. So even utilizing what I currently have now, which is only 119, if we multiply that out to the damage that we currently have, so 119 times 0.75, which is the maximum that you can get, you're still getting basically almost a 90% multiplier on your damage output for activating these boots. Now, the downside is, of course, is that it consumes all of your energy when it does so, which means you then have to beef your energy back up. The secondary effect of the unique effect is that every time you use a cooldown, you can then restore 25 energy for using those cooldowns. And of course, there are ways that you can feed into this. First off, the most interesting way that you can feed into this is with the preparation, I call it preparation H, the preparation H ability, which I know you can't see it because I'm in the way, but it says spending 75 energy to reduce your ultimate skills cooldown by 5 seconds. Ultimate skills reset other cooldowns and grant 15% damage reduction for 10 seconds. So if this is going to give you 25 energy every single time you use a cooldown, and preparation resets all your cooldowns, you can imagine how well that works in combination with each other by basically allowing you to feed into itself even more energy, right? So let me give you an example. As you can see, I'm certainly having no issues with cooldowns, and I'm certainly having no issues with my rain of arrows, because my rain of arrows is being reset by preparation H, and my cooldowns are being reset by preparation H, and I am consuming all of my energy and then replenishing it immediately as soon as I consume it, because the synergy with these is absolutely amazing. The extra damage that you get to the core skill is going to give you a huge amount of damage, depending on what, obviously, you're imbuing the skill with. I'm particularly imbuing the skill with Poison and Shadow for the various effects that occur through the interactions of the aspects and all the other things going on. But you can use this for pretty much anything to get a large amount of increased damage. And if you can activate your ultimate skill as fast as I am, and restore your energy as fast as I do, you basically have that multiplier on every single shot, which is certainly not terrible. In general, I think that these boots are absolutely amazing. And let's go over the flavor text, too, because I like to read those. Goldeneye grew proud and fond of boasting of her hunting prowess. She claimed she was fast enough to catch even the spirit Leray, who cursed her for such an insult. Fable of Goldeneye's 20 Trials. Now, if you want to find these particular boots, and you probably do because they are definitely very nice, you can check out our unique tool here with the target farming, and you just click on Rogue, and then you click on the beautiful Beastfall boots, and you'll notice that they come from Beast in the Ice. Fitting, since they are beast. Beastie.
Mr. Goody Two Shoes, Mr. Goody Two Shoes. Ginger Evil Mentor here. Why bother farming when you can go to MMOEXP.com and simply purchase your items in gold? GGM would have you farm the items. What a pathetic being. Use code GEM Ginger Evil Mentor for 6% off your entire purchase. And don't tell Ginger Gaming Mentor that I was here.
Now, one of the problems that I have with these boots is I usually can't find ones with good multipliers. The multiplier on the boots is really the thing that matters the most, and getting a 0.75 is a pain in my butt. I'd also like to find one with a greater affix on the Agile as well, which is nice, because I would like to get like as much dodge chance as I could have. The 10.5% ultimate cooldown reduction is nice, but it's actually wasted on me because I currently have more than enough to bring mine down past the 12.5 seconds, or to the 12.5 second barrier. You'll notice that when I take off my Beastfall boots, it's still 12.5 seconds because I already have way too much cooldown reduction already, so it's kind of just wasted at the moment. In general, I think Beastfall boots fit into a lot of builds. Obviously, you do have to have an ultimate on your bar, but there are tons of ways that you can counter the energy loss. And I know a lot of people are like, well, that's not very good. Spending all my energy, that's terrible. But the truth of the matter is that there are tons of ways to restore energy nowadays when it comes to the rogue. One very nice way to restore energy is the Innervation passive, which gives you up to a 30% chance to regain 8 energy for a lucky hit. And the Mortar Crux, which is one of the new unique items, also has a bonus of like +4 to this, which brings it up to like almost like a 60% chance, and even more if you've got a greater affix. You can also get lucky hit bonuses to enhance this through like the Alchemist Fortune, which is going to make it more likely that the Innervation is going to activate. The Consuming Shadows gives you a chance to generate 10 energy whenever you kill something with a shadow damage attack. On top of this, you also have the ability to heal yourself massively now. And through the Starlight aspect, which is the one that restores 40 primary resource every single time that you heal yourself for 20% of your total life, you can actually get yourself crazy amounts of energy back through the Starlight aspect. For instance, let me give you some examples. Number 1, the Subverting Dark Shadows gives you a heal for 10% of your maximum life whenever a Dark Shroud is removed. Number 2, you can also utilize the Aftermath ability, which gives you a heal of 1.5% of your maximum life every second, as long as you have an ultimate on your bar, which of course you're going to have an ultimate on your bar when you're utilizing Beastfall boots. And Dariel's Visage, which gives you 655 life on hit. It's actually 452, I think, without the greater affix roll or the masterwork roll, but also gives you life on hit, which is also going to feed into the Starlight aspect. You could also potentially use the Undying aspect. You could also utilize the aspect of the Crowded Sage, which heals you for 20% of your life every time you get dodge and attack. And quite honestly, there's so many ways to restore your energy now. The Beastfall boots are just absolutely insane to throw on just about any character, to be perfectly honest. Now, because it does require a core skill, that is a limitation. So if you were utilizing like a basic build, for instance, or maybe you're building like some of the traps or something, like you're using like Poison Trap, Death Trap, etc., it might not be the best for you, because obviously if you're not like monopolizing or utilizing a core skill to its utmost, then these aren't really going to be for you. However, the using a cooldown restores 25 energy could still apply to you no matter what. If you have, a lot of energy being spent, although it's mainly the core skills that do that. The +4 to Agile also could be rather interesting, even on a non-core skill character, and it really just comes down to trying to hit like a 100% dodge chance character, because it's going to add plus, 4 maximum, and you could put 3 in it already. You could potentially get some pretty nice dodge chance with these boots, and why not? I mean, honestly, they're absolutely amazing boots in general. I've ever since they've come out, I've had a lot of fun playing around with them and trying to figure out like the best possible uses for them. And I need to find like a perfect pair, honestly. The greater affix roll on the maximum resource would be the best thing that you want here, because obviously since you're scaling based on maximum resource, you're going to want to get that maximum resource as high as possible. And although there might not be as many ways to scale maximum resource on this character, like especially if you're using Andariels instead of Shaco, because Shaco has scaling maximum resource, you could also potentially be using Melted Heart of Selig, which has 60 maximum resource. That's another option. There's definitely a lot of various things that you can do to get that maximum resource up higher than what I have, but I'm only at 119. But I'm using the Beastfall boots anyway because I literally have like infinite resource and I can fire infinitely. I'll have to work on trying to add some more maximum resource onto the character at some point. All in all, amazing boots. I absolutely love them. You should probably get them and test them out at the very least. As always, I do appreciate you guys and gals joining me when we're talking about these unique items, and I do plan to go over every single one. So if you're interested in these videos and you like my channel, be sure to hit that like button. Be sure to hit that subscribe button. It really helps out. And as always, keep watching.